Welcome to another episode of Friday Freebies, where we take a look at the best free tools for WordPress web designers out there today. Now we're going to take a look at Core Framework, and you may be thinking, but Paul, hasn't Core Framework been free all along? Well, yes and no. Core Framework itself has been completely free. And if you want to use it with Gutenberg, the Gutenberg add-on is completely free. But if you wanted to use it with Bricks or Oxygen, then you had to technically pay for the premium add-on, which allowed you then to integrate Core Framework into the interface of those builders. Well, as of now, that is no longer the case. So if you're a Bricks user or an Oxygen user and you've been holding off using Core Framework, now may be the perfect time to jump on board. They've opened it up and gone completely open source and free. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If you head over to the marketplace, you'll see that we've got the Figma integration, Oxygen, Bricks, and Gutenberg. These add-ons were paid add-ons, except for the Gutenberg one, which was completely free. So now if you want to use Figma to design using Core Framework, you absolutely can do. If you're an Oxygen or Bricks Builder user, you have this built in now as well. All you need to do is install and activate the Core Framework plugin and then go into the add-ons. Let me just show you. It's easier. Just install the free Core Framework plugin from the WordPress repo, activate it, and then come into the new Core Framework section on the left-hand side. Now you'll notice I've got in this particular copy of WordPress, Figma and Bricks installed. If you come into the add-ons section, you'll see there are all the options we now have available. Previously, you had to pop in your key, which meant that you'd paid for these and you could activate them and use them. That is no longer the case. All you need to do is flick the switch to enable that function inside whatever tool you use in here. Let me show you how it's integrated into the builder, in this case in Bricks, but you'll see then that once you've got it, you've got a whole lot of other options that make life easier by using Core Framework. So if we come into a page, in this example, built with Bricks, if you hold the Option or Alt key down, you click, you now get additional options that are associated with Core Framework. So you can see inside here, we've got all our colors. If you come into something like your spacing, we'll do the same thing again. You'll see this shows us all the spacing options. So we've got typography inside here, spacing options, layout options if you want multi-column and so on, design. So this is our radius and our border shadows and things like that. If you're using CSS Grid, there's options here for CSS Grid and different kinds of layouts. These are all set up inside Core Framework. And if we hop over into the Core Framework editor itself, you'll see inside here we've got all our different options for the various different color elements. We've got typography inside here, fully fluid typography scales, which we can customize based upon what naming convention we want, the minimum and maximum, the different scales we want to use. We've got CSS classes, we've got heading setup, line heights, and so on. Come into your spacing, there's all our spacing values. Again, we customize all of this. We can then use that inside whatever tool we're using, whether that's Bricks, Oxygen, or the Gutenberg editor itself. So it's very, very powerful, very, very simple to use. I've got tons of videos on how to use this with Bricks Builder. Get up and running, get started. Now the fact it's completely free and open source means that if you are looking for a fully featured CSS framework that is incredibly flexible, integrates into Gutenberg, Bricks, and Oxygen, and also if you want to use Figma and connect things up for your designs, then pull those values in and all that kind of cool stuff, maybe check out Core Framework for yourself. The fact that all these integration add-ons are now completely free means there's no real reason not to test it out and start using a framework that speeds up your workflow exponentially. As always, all applicable links are in the description. And if you enjoyed this content, why not hit that subscribe button to be notified when new videos like this drop every single week. My name is Paul C. This is WPTuts, and until next time, take care.